Hello and welcome to the big picture. 2 weeks of the ongoing monsoon session of the Parliament has come to an end today. But no substantial work has got done in these 2 weeks. The impasse in both houses of Parliament has been the result of the demand of the opposition for the resignation of External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj for her alleged role in the Lalit Modi issue, and also the resignation of Rajasthan Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje on the same issue. The opposition is also demanding the resignation of the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan for his alleged involvement in the Vyapam scam. The government has been offering to discuss the issue, but have refused the demand for resignations. The opposition wants the resignations first before any discussion. This has resulted in a logjam which through the 2 weeks found no resolution. The government has called an all-party leaders meet on Monday. Meanwhile, this total paralysis of the Parliament coming as it does after two very successful sessions, the budget session and the previous winter session, has laid bare starkly the fault lines in the functioning of the Parliament. We will discuss today what is the way out of this logjam. To discuss this, I have with me Satvavrat Chaturvedi, Congress MP in the Rajya Sabha, Arjun Meghwal, BJP MP in the Lok Sabha, D. Raja, CPI MP in the Rajya Sabha, and Smita Gupta, Associate Editor, The Hindu. Welcome to all of you. Mr. Chaturvedi, you are not willing to give up your stand.
No, we are not.
And which means that, you wouldn't mind this entire session to be washed out.
That has happened earlier also, when we were in power and the BJP was in opposition. The entire session was washed out. And we were also asking them to debate, to discuss the issue. They refused to discuss the issue. They said there is no point discussing the issue unless the minister resigns. And the minister had to resign. Our government decided to listen to the voice of opposition and asked our minister to resign. And a fair investigation was conducted.
But after quite some time.
Yeah, whatever it is. But then finally the government decided to listen to the voice of opposition. That is the democratic way. But this government doesn't even want to open a dialogue with the opposition parties. Till now,
they've called
for
a meeting
these
on Monday.
2 weeks, there has been no dialogue between government. They haven't approached us. They haven't talked to us. They haven't reasoned it out. And why are we asking for resignation of the ministers? That is the main question.
Right.
According to the provisions of the Constitution, Parliament has two major functions. One is legislation of laws, and two, hold the executive accountable. Now, in this case, what we are demanding is
accountability.
Accountability of the government. Why doesn't the Prime Minister come and say a word? Not even a word has been said about all these 3 episodes, be it Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan or Sushma Swaraj. Not a word has come out from Prime Minister. Now, they used to call Manmohan Singh a Gunga Prime Minister. Could there be even a Behra Prime Minister like him?
Okay, let me get Mr. Meghwal in on this. Mr. Meghwal, the charge against you people is that, you have not even started a dialogue with the opposition. You have stuck to your stand. You have said that, you will have discussion. But as Mr. Chaturvedi says, that you seem to be getting what you are given.
No. This is not the issue, Girish ji. We have discussed the matter on 20th July with the Congress and other opposition party, and we have discussed the matter yesterday also. And from our side, from government side, the Home Minister Rajnath Singh was very much present in the meeting.
You are talking of the Speaker's meeting.
Speaker called a meeting. So it is a totally baseless allegation that we are not interested. The government is interested but there is no issue. It is a non-issue. The Congress party want to be. It should be an issue. It is a non-issue. Mr. Chaturvedi, he is a good friend of mine. He is talking about the 2G case. 2G case is a very different case, and we were demanding the JPC. We were
It is
not,
a different
we were
case
demanding
because
the
you were
JPC
in
at that
opposition
time.
then.
The total session was not due to, they did not accept the demand of the JPC.
Right.
And that was due to the CAG report. Here what is the case? Here what is the case? Here the case that Sushma Swaraj want to discuss the issue, but it is a non-issue. So the Congress party is saying that we don't want to discuss. If they want to discuss the state, we are ready to discuss the Rajasthan, we are ready to discuss Madhya Pradesh, but at the same time, you have to discuss with the Goa issue, Assam issue, Uttarakhand issue, Himachal issue.
So-
we are ready to discuss. No point.
So-
no point to sigh about it.
Okay, so you want the parliament to become state assemblies, discussing what happens in different states. Mr. Chaturvedi, if you want to quickly respond, come please.
I will just respond to what he is saying.
Quickly.
Number one, he says there is no issue. Now, what is the case? Somebody who's an absconder in the eyes of law and absconding from the justice system of this country, running away and going and living in England. This guy, the absconder of law, is being helped by a minister
Sushma is ready to respond all the
to
issues before
procure
the parliament.
travel documents from England to travel to other countries. And on such documents, he travels around the world, goes and enjoys his holidays, etc., etc. Now, according to the Indian Penal Code, any help or assistance or even enabling somebody who's absconder of a law to evade justice is a criminal act. And therefore, to say that there is no case at all.
No, it's not a criminal. It's
One.
not a criminal case.
Okay. One.
Not at all.
Number two,
Not at all. It is not a criminal
Mrs.
case.
Vasundhara
we
Raje
are going for defamation for
Scindia
that.
herself has agreed and has openly in public declared that she did file an affidavit to help him out. Now, that is second case. In Vyapam, he says there is no case. 48 Vyapam-related deaths have occurred.
No, I'm talking.
How many more you want to say there is a case?
No, Mr.
I
Meghwal.
told
In a
if you want
case
to
where
discuss state,
this
we are ready to
government has been
discuss.
involved
We are
for
ready to
last 10 years and now 48 related
Okay.
deaths have occurred
I think
and
we
they
have-
say there is no case.
I think I've got
So
the point.
far as I am concerned or my party is concerned, when we were in power, not only in 2G case, in Vyapam, in coal matter, in Bansal's matter, in Ashwini Kumar's matter, in all these matters, they did not allow the house to run.
And you got the ministers to resign.
And we listened to their voice.
Okay.
We had our ministers resigned.
Okay, Mr. Raja, this whole debate which is happening in the last 2 weeks, this whole thing which is the logjam, the impasse which is happening, it looks as if it is a problem between it is also being projected as a problem between the Congress and the BJP. Where do other opposition parties stand here?
Exactly. This is the issue people should understand and everyone should understand. It is not a duel between BJP and Congress. It should not be a duel. Because BJP considers it is something duel between Congress and BJP. That's why BJP is responding by its tit for tat approach.
Right.
If they rise, if the issues of Vyapam or the Lalit Gate are raised, they say these are all state issues. If we want to discuss state issues, then we will discuss Himachal Pradesh, we will discuss whatever may be the Congress-ruled state. So this approach should stop. And issues must be addressed in their specific nature. And what is the problem? The BJP argues these are all non-issues. I do not agree at all. How come they become non-issues? And BJP should open up its eyes. Even in case of Srimati Sushma Swaraj, she herself has admitted she did help Lalit Modi, who is an economic offender, who is a fugitive. Being External Affairs Minister, could she help such a fugitive? economic offender? This is simple question. Our good friend Ms. Chaturvedi was referring to constitution. When Dr. Ambedkar proposed this constitution, he emphasized, what he emphasized is everyone should uphold constitutional morality. Where is the constitutional morality in the conduct of Srimati Sushma Swaraj? Where is the constitutional morality in the conduct of the Chief Minister of Rajasthan? Where is the constitutional morality in the conduct of the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister? These are specific cases I am asking. If BJP raises some issues related to Himachal, let them raise. But what is their response to all these questions? BJP should squarely answer. Instead of answering what is being asked, they are going to Himachal Pradesh. Let them go and spend time during summer. We have no problem. But they should stay in parliament. And to run the parliament is not the responsibility of opposition parties alone. It is primarily the responsibility of the government. What is the government's initiative to break this logjam? What government wants to do? The government should be more accommodating.
2 weeks, past 2 weeks, not once the government has taken an initiative to call a meeting.
The speaker has taken the initiative.
No, speaker is a different entity. It is not executive. Executive, what has the executive done? Has the government even once called a meeting of all the political leaders? No.
No, the meeting which our good friend Meghwal was referring, 20th July.
Yes.
It was a routine meeting convened by Parliamentary Affairs Minister. Before every session, Parliamentary Affairs Minister calls an all-party meeting. There he circulates the list of bills, bills pending before Lok Sabha, pending before Rajya Sabha, the list of bills to be introduced.
So that was not, that can't be taken as a...
exactly, that can't be taken
My
as
friend Meghwal perhaps would not be aware of many facts. And therefore, because of lack of facts,
well, let me get...
He's making statements which are not factual.
Let me get Smita in. Smita is, where do you think the problem lies as far as the logjam goes? Who is playing adamant? Or is there, because the government's stand is very clear. They say that all these issues we are prepared to discuss these matters. In fact, when the Congress moved a motion in the Rajya Sabha saying that suspend the rules, the government agreed to it. So where does the problem lie?
I think the problem lies much more with the government, though even the opposition shares part of the blame. In fact, at yesterday's all-party meeting called by the Lok Sabha Speaker, Ms. Sumitra Mahajan stressed that her objective was only to ensure functioning of the Lok Sabha, that she appealed to the MPs that don't bring in placards, don't come into the well of the house, but she told the government representative, Home Minister Rajnath Singh, that it is your job to ensure the functioning of the government, to initiate a dialogue with the opposition. And following that, Mr. Rajnath Singh said that he would do so, and now we have a meeting scheduled for Monday.
Right.
As Mr. Raja just pointed out, the July 20th meeting cannot count because that was before the session started, before the problem started.
Right.
As far as the Congress party is concerned, if we look back at when Atal Bihari Vajpayee became Prime Minister, I do remember that the Congress party behaved in a very civilized fashion. It did not obstruct Parliament at all. But in 2004, when Dr. Manmohan Singh first took over as Prime Minister, it was this BJP did not even allow him to introduce his Council of Ministers. I mean, long before the scams such as 2G, etc. started. So, not that one can condone the behavior of the Congress and the opposition, but one has to also look at this background.
Okay, Mr. Meghwal. Mr. Meghwal, there is a history of problems in the way both your party and the Congress has conducted itself, as Smita was pointing out, it seems to have started from 2004. So you seem to be facing the music because of what you started in 2004. Would you agree with that?
No, it is not true, sir. Girish ji, first I want to refer the constitution. There is a constitution and there is the list of
Rules of procedure.
Lists, union list, state list and concurrent list.
Right.
The union list issue can be discussed in the parliament and state list issue
I'm
can
sure
be
this.
discussed in the state assemblies.
No, this is something
Here
which
is the
everybody
case
knows,
of
sir.
Papam and the
What is he
Vasundhara
talking
Raje is the case of the state list.
No, please.
They should be discussed the state assembly. If,
No.
if the Congress party want
I'll
to discuss
respond to
these
this.
issues in the parliament also, we are ready. We are ready.
Mr.
We are ready
Meghwal,
to discuss.
Mr. Meghwal.
But one should allow to function the parliament.
No,
We are ready to discuss these issues also.
We are.
And the other issue also. Other of Karnataka issue, Kerala issue, and Goa issue,
No.
Assam issue, Uttarakhand issue.
Mr.
Himachal
Meghwal.
issue. We are ready to discuss.
Mr.
But
Meghwal,
first-
there is not enough time to
first
discuss even the most
there
important
is a
bills. We are going to
custom,
discuss all those
there
things.
is a tradition that
No, Mr. Meghwal, my question
first
is.
place,
No,
let me-
1 second,
but the
sir.
Congress people are not listening.
No,
us.
Mr. Meghwal, my question.
They say first you resign, you take the resignation of the Sushma Swaraj. Our point is that first you listen to Sushma Swaraj in the House, in the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. What
but-
she has done.
No, Mr.
But
Meghwal.
they don't want to hear.
No,
That
Mr.
is the
Meghwal.
point.
Mr.
That is
Meghwal.
the point of the Lok Sabha.
Mr. Meghwal, in normal times, in normal, if normal functioning of Parliament, what you're saying is absolutely right. People should listen to the minister and then take a decision whether they should do. But this problem seems to have cropped up because, it seems to be a tit for tat. You did this to us, we will do this to you. Do you agree that, that your party,
it's not tit for tat. Country is passing,
had
country
done
is
this
passing, people
and
are
now
very-
it is facing the music because of what you've done? Will you admit to that at least? Because your
That is not
parliamentary
the case of
affairs
the
minister,
music. The Congress party is adamant.
your parliamentary affairs
They
minister.
want to regain their loss. Through parliament. They are using this parliament. They want to regain their loss. But it will not happen. But it will not happen.
Okay. Anyway, the parliamentary affairs minister, Mr. Venkaiah Naidu, today, in a statement which he issued during a press conference, says that even granting that, I'm telling this for you, Mr. Chaturvedi, even granting, this, I'm quoting from Mr. Venkaiah's statement, even granting that the Congress has the right of pointing an accusing finger at us for stalling the parliament in the past, is it right on the part of the so-called grand old party of our country for obstructing parliament, and particularly when they don't have enough proof of any irregularities on the part of the central government?
These statistics are there. The statistics show that in the last 2 sessions, we cooperated with the government and maximum number of legislations were passed compared to any other session.
Last 15, it's a 15-year-old record.
Okay.
15
This
years
is one. This is one. Number 2, as far as obstruction is concerned, obstruction we have learned from the BJP. And we have been repeatedly telling them that, look, this is democracy, my dear. We are in power. We are in power, and you are obstructing the business today.
So
tomorrow, maybe you are in power and we'll be in opposition.
So it's tit for tat.
Absolutely.
And you have no bones, you make no bones about it.
Look, they did not allow Bansal to make a statement. They said, no, not without resignation. They did not allow Ashwini Kumar to make a statement and explain his position. Why should we allow Sushma Swaraj to make a statement?
I mean, if that is the thing. But there is another thing, Mr. Raja, it's very interesting. The parliamentary affairs minister says that the opposition should, respect the will of the people. The will of the people is the majority.
Where was the will of the people when they were in opposition?
Majority. Government is, BJP has got an absolute majority. It is the will of the people, you have to respect it.
One complete month the session could not run. Not one single day the session could run during their opposition
Mr. Raja.
tenure.
No, what do they mean by will of the people? That one should understand. Will of the people is not contrary to the constitution which we have and on which everybody takes oath. including the Prime Minister. What the Constitution says? Constitution tells that legislature must hold the executive accountable. And this is what we have been doing. And why government cannot offer to be accountable? Our government will have to be answerable to the parliament. These demands are raised in the parliament. These are all facts, and these are all ministers who are alleged to be involved in all these scams. Now, somebody should own up the responsibility. Prime Minister being head of the state, head of the government, head of the Council of Ministers, he has not uttered a word so far.
Exactly.
Why Prime Minister is keeping quiet? His silence is also very mysterious.
Let me get Mr. Meghwal in. Mr. Meghwal, why is the Prime Minister quiet? Don't you think that the Prime Minister, it's 2 weeks now, should have intervened, should have got into the act? And, because this is exactly the allegations which were being made against the previous Prime Minister when these kind of situations used to, crop up in the parliament, that, the Prime Minister is not talking. The same thing seems to be happening now. Why can't the Prime Minister come out and talk to the opposition leaders?
Girish ji, that is not the case. Here is the case of Sushma Swaraj, and Sushma Swaraj is ready to reply in the parliament. And whenever it would be necessary to speak, Prime Minister definitely speak.
I am not talking of him speaking in the House. I am talking of him speaking to the leaders.
Will reply to the public also. You don't worry about the Prime Minister. You don't worry about the Prime Minister. But there is a parliamentary functioning system. First, the Sushma Swaraj is responsible to the parliament, accountable to the parliament.
She herself has admitted her mistake, her guilt.
We will not listen to the Sushma Swaraj. That is not true.
Okay.
That is not true.
So you are saying that the Prime Minister need not intervene in these kind of situations, and the opposition should allow the House to function, and then this statement will be made, and then whatever they can do.
First, you allow Sushma Swaraj to speak in the parliament.
Okay.
First, you allow to speak Sushma Swaraj in the parliament.
Okay.
Did they allow Bansal to speak? Did they allow Natwar Singh to speak? Did they allow Ashwini Kumar to speak in parliament?
I have a different point here. She herself has admitted her mistake.
She's on record.
She helped the economic offender. That is point number one. When she admits her own blunder or some guilt, then what should follow? She should own up the responsibility. Our position becomes extremely untenable to continue in the office. This is second part. Third part, let her make the statement, let her explain her position. There can be a structured, meaningful discussion inside Parliament. Outside, there can be a fair, objective inquiry into what she has done.
Absolutely.
See, let me just add a couple of sentences to what Mr. Raja has said. What is the objective? All the three matters need a thorough investigation. Now, a fair and credible investigation can be conducted only when these three people who are sitting in the high positions should resign themselves and let a fair investigation be conducted. Till they keep sitting on the seat of power, it is absolutely impossible to have a fair investigation conducted.
Okay.
And that is what we are demanding.
Okay. Smita, so do you see any possibility of this logjam, breaking at all?
I think it's very difficult because the sense that I'm getting, we are already halfway through the monsoon session.
Right.
And not one bill has been passed, no discussion has taken place. It would appear that even the government is not terribly keen on Parliament functioning, because if they were to provide a solution which allows for discussions, then you have the Bihar Assembly elections coming up. They don't want too much discussion on that. They would rather focus on opposition disrupting the House. As far as the Congress party is concerned, it has been reduced to 44 MPs. This is the only way that it could amplify its voice. So I think tactically that is perhaps one of the reasons why they have been so adamant on this issue.
Okay, Mr. Meghwal, isn't the government serious? Smita thinks that the government is not serious about ending this long
serious
jam.
to run the house. And on Monday, government has called a meeting also, convened a meeting also. Government is very serious to run the house, but opposition is adamant, but the country is watching.
Country is
watching, people
Absolutely.
are watching. People will decide the fate of the parties.
Mr. Chaturvedi, what is the solution?
Solution is that the three persons who are accused of violating the
So
law
you're not willing
must
to
resign,
you're not willing
and
to
a fair investigation be conducted through a credible agency under the supervision of Supreme Court. And then, as per the outcome of the investigation, the action should be taken.
Mr. Raja?
No, what I understand,
Because it seems to be a Congress versus BJP. If Congress agrees, BJP will get. Where do you people again the same question?
I understand when parties in the opposition, there can be what my friend says, BJP friend, they are adamant. Possible opposition parties can remain adamant to force the government. Why government should be adamant? Why government should be arrogant? That's what I am asking. Government should be more magnanimous and accommodative to the concerns or the issues raised by the opposition parties. Here what I find, there can be some sinister design to undermine our parliamentary democratic system, thereby raising doubts about the parliament and its capacity to function or parliamentary democracy.
You're making a very serious. As a member of parliament, you're making a very serious.
I fear when the things go like this. I fear as not only as a member of parliament, as a citizen, concerned citizen, I have my own fear. What will happen in the future? What will happen to our democracy?
Mr. Meghwal, very quick last words to you, because a very serious statement has been made by an MP that there seems to be a sinister design, which is a very, very serious charge.
My point is that government is ready to run the house. Government is very positive. Government has clarified all the issues. But first you listen to Sushma Swaraj in the house.
Okay, sir.
She is responsible.
Okay,
she is responsible to the parliament.
Okay. On that note,
the government is ready to run the house at their conditions.
We will wait and watch on Monday. Hopefully, if there is going to be any, some kind of a resolution to this logjam which the parliament is facing, we hope that both sides will yield some ground and allow the parliament to function. But that is something which we'll have to wait and watch. Thanks to all my guests. Please keep watching. We'll come back with another issue in the big picture, same time on Monday. Meanwhile, have a good weekend.